more like a game show.
What's up, buddy?
Oh man, met a soul on the train the other day that kind of made me question like my role in the world.
Oh God. In a good way or a bad way? I guess that could be a good thing.
Yeah, it was a good way. I bring my computer with me to type. It's like an hour and a half trip down to Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And so I bring it out and I'm about to start typing and dude's all up in my computer
Mm.
on what I'm typing. The dude's name was AntFernee. He was
AntFernee?
AntFernee.
Okay.
He was a black ant.
You are so odd.
Okay.
He crawled up onto my computer. He got into my backpack somehow. And he was crawling over my keyboard when I was trying to type. And then, like, I just started tripping on his journey.
Oh
It's like,
God.
obviously, I put my backpack down. He crawled in or something like that. But, like, what now for this guy? Like, he's freaking out trying to get off the keyboard. And, like, and then what's he going to do after that? He crawls around on the table. Then he got back. Like, I watched him for a while.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, and so it's like, what's my role in this? At first, it's like, um, well, he's fucking freaking out. He's confused. He's going through like a traumatic moment right now. Like, and he's never going to get back to where he came from. Like, should we put him out of his misery and the suffering right now, or just let him keep going? But then, I thought about it more, and our interaction was the chaos that set him free. He's not suffering right now. Like, it's scary right now, but
Yeah.
like, ant life sucks. Your whole life is just work until you die for a queen that doesn't even know you exist.
Yeah, but isn't
And
that kind of like what we do?
well, most of us, that's what they tell
Yeah,
us to
yeah,
do,
yeah, yeah.
but now this ant gets to explore the whole world.
Hmm. Well, first of all, we have to both agree, and it sounds like you think this. I don't know if I think it though, that an ant has a soul.
I do. I think
Yeah.
everything that lives, grows, and reproduces has a soul.
What is that? Jainism?
Is it?
Oh man.
I
I
just
don't
feel
know.
him,
I
man.
have
I
to
don't
look.
study the religions. I just feel God, baby.
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. So he, but also ants, they can't look up, right? So
Yeah.
you were in the same dimension that like our God is.
Yeah. But could you imagine just like hunting for food? You're working one day and then all of a sudden you just like end up somewhere completely
Yeah, dude.
random?
It would be awful.
Yeah. It'd be like, yeah, excruciating. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. He's not getting back to his colony.
no, no. And
Wow.
he probably won't even be noticed.
What was the ant's name in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Auntie, I
Auntie. Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course it was the simplest,
Yeah.
easiest go-to name.
Yeah. If they had
Yeah.
used a black ant, they could have went with Antfernee.
Yeah. Anthony. So this is called ADHD, John, and you need to and I think you need to think about medication.
Oh man, I take plenty.
You type in and then an ant, and then all of a sudden you're just like, well, never mind for that. Now let's see here. Let's watch this guy.
Yeah, that was more interesting, and I typed about it as I was watching it too. I did commentary.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah, but like it also made me think like, man, people don't normative people just don't think like that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know what
know.
it's like.
Yeah, I can't imagine like not contemplating things like that.
I
Like what do you
know.
do with it?
Yeah.
Like what do you do without thinking?
Or to even just, well, maybe some people just think that they have it all figured out. And that could be.
Hmm.
And maybe they do. Maybe we're the fools that we can't make a decision, can't pick a lane.
Yeah, I mean, if they can't tell they're unhappy, what's the difference?
I've been thinking about that kind of recently, actually. It's like
Yeah.
I need to like I need to choose an opinion. I need to quit being in the middle of like the nuance. I need to quit living in the nuance.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's all there is nuance, though. That's the
yeah, but
thing.
that
You,
can bury you. That can be like, all right, you'll live your whole life in the nuance and never have an actual, you're never going to make a stand or pick a side.
yeah,
And
but
that's,
you're so trapped in ideas. Like that's why America's on like fire right now.
is,
Because the
yeah,
lack of
that's true.
nuance.
Well, that's a good point too. Yeah. Because people did pick a side, but it's also like, and maybe it is the state of the country right now too, where it's like, I don't want to apologize. It's like, you can say,
Yeah.
well, Elon Musk probably didn't mean to give a Hitler salute, but
No,
he
it
did,
was a
and
it was a
that's
bad
probably
choice.
true.
Yeah, it was a poor
But
choice.
he did the next day talk to the AFD in Germany, which is like the neo-Nazi party. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know, where there's smoke, there's fire, dude. Like,
Yeah. And it wasn't like it wasn't it wasn't the best choice to like start chopping the government down with
oh,
DEI.
it's scaring the hell out of people, and it's
Yeah.
crazy.
And especially because nobody knows actually what's going to happen. Like everybody's just like, oh, I heard our money's getting cut.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks, Obama.
I have somebody very close to me right now that works for the federal government, and it's quite scary
Hmm.
because it feels like people are being bullied out of their jobs and being, um, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just a lot.
But there is
So
a lot of fat in the government. Like it does, like, there are a lot of useless jobs and like a lot of funds going to random places. But like, yeah, how
well,
do you go about
the
it?
money waste is it. You're right. Like, I get it. It's just so like, I don't know. I don't want to live in the nuance. Even like studying
Yeah.
some of the history that I've been studying, it's like, well, even like early American history and not even the dark stuff, not even like the
Yeah.
heavy slavery or the suffrage or the equality or even some of the like just straight up politics. It's like, well, God, I could be stuck in the nuance of the early 1800s. I need to I need to stand for something.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I get the feeling to do that too. Cause like I felt it too. And like I've been thinking about it and I think I figured it out, at least speaking for myself anyways.
Mm,
But I mean, talking about history, like
yeah.
it's really tribalism that's going on right now.
Yeah.
And the worst, the
Yeah.
worst thing that could happen to a person in a village is to be ostracized from it.
Right.
And
You're
right
right.
now, and that's what's going on right now. It's a lot of othering happening.
Yeah.
It's like if you're new, like if you don't take a stance, then you don't belong anywhere.
Yeah.
It's
You're
like
right.
I'm not jumping to the Republican camp and I'm not a Trump fan, but
No.
like I don't appreciate being pandered to by the Democratic Party and not doing anything and all the corruption and all the whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm not happy with the state of the camp from which I originally came and
Yeah. I feel that
raised
way
to be
too.
in. So it's like, yeah, I feel alone out there.
Yeah.
That's why it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
So I get the
No, I
sentiment,
get
but
that.
like I want it too. It's like, man, just want to take a side, but I can't stop thinking.
I know. And
It's
I
like you
don't
can't,
like the sides.
yeah, you can't unthink. It's like I don't know where to go. And I
Hmm.
can't, and being in the middle and saying you guys are both retarded is just as mentally challenged as the other sides.
Well, it's not, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't get
No,
anywhere.
no, because you keep like, because coming together and love is the answer and like all that
Yeah.
like altruistic bullshit, like it's true. That's what we need to do. But like, you can't say it aggressively.
No.
Fucking love each other.
Yeah. You idiots.
Yeah, you idiots. Why can't you see that?
You guys are so stupid, all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so blind to see that we missed MLK Day
I know.
because of the inauguration
I know,
and
right?
and like we were fighting with each other when the principle like that goes against everything the I Have a
No.
Dream speech was saying.
And Trump invoked MLK in his speech.
Did he?
And yeah, and no one
Didn't
even
talk
said
about
anything about that. I'm like, what are we doing here, guys? This is
Right.
nuts.
It's more important that he didn't put his hand on the Bible.
Right. It was more important that it got moved inside, or it was more important that, yeah, or whatever. I don't know. Things, it's just, we are losing track of such things. And I hate to get all religious on it, but like, I find myself digging more into that anymore too, because at least it did pick a side. Like, I don't know, at least religion picks a side. It doesn't live in the nuance.
Yeah.
It has like firm morality.
Yeah, and all of them have the same basic moral base. Like whatever, like that's why it doesn't like, in a sense, it doesn't really matter, or God or the universe doesn't care how you communicate with it.
Right. It doesn't care about the stipulations in the Constitution. It just has like where's the morality lie in this decision? You know, like
Yeah. Yeah, it's when yeah, and it's like pick a side, but then like when it comes to the point to where like my side challenges is your side, then one of them has to be right.
Exactly, and that's where I'm always lost, because I'm like, well, don't you guys want the same thing?
Right.
Like you want healthy food, you want good education for children, you want, you know, I don't know, peace, hopefully not war. That's another thing where it gets in, is because I don't think that either of the sides want peace. I think both of these sides want war to make money. I think there's corruption everywhere with that, and it just
Oh,
I just
absolutely.
can't get behind any of them, man.
No,
I don't know where to go.
It's complete divide and conquer.
Political nomad.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? Maybe that's okay. It's like, because we can't care about everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't sound good, but it doesn't have to. But like, I'm going to change the world through the art that I make. And that's me. And like, but like, everybody can't make art to change the world.
Right.
And everybody can't be a political activist to change the world, or a politician to change the world either.
Right.
Like everybody has to do our own fucking personal blisses and what we believe our purpose is here to do. And yeah, it has to be create and not be the chaos of somebody else doing something that you don't appreciate.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like altruistic bullshit, but if we were all focused on our bliss, doing our thing to make what we care about in the world better, then nobody would have time to worry about what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, be a good little ant.
Yeah, be a good little ant, but you just I guess
be a good little ant.
Yeah.
And take some food home to the rest of the colony.
Yeah.
And try not to get on a train.
Yeah, try not to get on a train. Don't crawl into random backpacks looking for crumbs. Even though there might be some in there.
Yeah, that's the the transportation device. That's the thing. That ant's like, I just found the greatest technology in the world, but I can't get home to tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
Go anywhere. All you got to do is get in a backpack and you can go anywhere.
Right. It's like, holy shit. But how
do we harness this?
Right.
You are that ant got abducted by an alien.
Holy shit. Oh, that's mind blowing. That's exactly how it happens. It's like, the same thing happens on different cosmic levels, no matter how hard you get. Like you just go up a level. It's just like the same with a feeling of enlightenment or being enlightened. It's like you have that epiphany moment, but then it's like, okay, now I got to go back to work. Now I'm a little more aware, but like I'm going to go through the same loop again.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an up spiral. Like it starts
right.
It starts wide at the bottom and it just gets tighter as you go along, but you're going through the same space every time you go around the rotation. Until you become Jesus, and then you're gone.
Dude, I've been watching The Chosen on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how good it is. But there's like there's like definitely cheeseball moments in it. But it's like as like a historian, just like imagining that world, how well that world is put together, and how like in the show, like just the design of everything is crazy.
I'll have to check it out. What
It's on Amazon,
Amazon?
but it's the story of Jesus and the apostles, like a four season thing.
Yeah.
It's good. It's cheeseball. It's definitely made
Yeah.
for like like it's not. I don't know. Just like the dialogue alone, they use like modern phrases, which is kind of
Oh,
crazy to me.
yeah. I mean,
But
yeah,
they have to do that to like that's how you get the message across and of what people are saying. I don't know.
sure. Like I'll have to check it out to see how I feel about it because
Yeah,
I'm a weird stickler for continuity.
I am too. I am too, especially like historical. Like I want like I'm okay with subtitles. Like
Hmm.
Apocalypto was incredible. Like and it was no English spoken. I'm great with that. Like let's be as authentic as we can. Or even the other Gibson one, Passions of the Christ. That was all
Oh
in
yeah.
Aramaic, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, no, that's such a dope choice.
Yeah, there's so few people that even speak Aramaic anymore.
Yeah, but I want to get lost in the story. I don't want to
Yeah.
think, oh, they wouldn't say that.
Yeah, like that's what it sounded
Like,
like.
yeah, because in movies, like, I turn into like kind of a dad that can't get into the story. What were you telling me that one time about your dad saying something about Star Wars?
Yeah, he just cannot uh he what do they call that when you
Suspension of disbelief?
suspension of yeah. So we were sitting in there, my brother and I are sitting on the couch over at holidays, and my brother and I aren't like Star Wars nerds either. We
Hmm.
you know, I've never really been that much into it. So we were already kind of just sitting there like, all right, it's on, and we're hanging, probably drinking some coffee like this. And my dad walks in and goes, "What are you guys watching?" And we're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, it's obviously Star Wars, dude. Everybody, every single person on Earth knows this movie just by looking at the screen.
Yeah,
It's
like, what are you
definitely
fucking?
Star
Are you
Wars.
fucking with me with that
Yeah,
question?
yeah, yeah. And he goes, "All right." And he goes, "Oh," and he sits down with us, and it's silent for like 5, 6 minutes, and he goes, "Well, how do those robots keep their charge?" And my brother and I are like, "What?" I'm like, dude, it's the Force. There's magic. There's alien. Like that's what
Yeah,
you're dwelling on.
right. You
And
don't even
so
see him yeah, like, come
it's
on,
like there's
man.
laser swords, dude.
Yeah,
And so we're
there's
sitting
so
there.
much bigger things. And you don't
So
see them
we're
all the time. They charge when it's off camera.
yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, whatever. That was in between
Right.
the sequels. And so we're sitting there, and it's silent again for another 5 minutes or whatever. And my dad just goes, whatever, gets up and just walks out. He
Couldn't get
just couldn't
past it.
handle it, dude.
The robots would have died by now.
Yeah, he's like, this is
Yeah.
great. This none of this makes sense.
Yeah, because the robots had the technology of the toys that we played with in '89.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my dad. Oh man, he's
Yeah.
my dad is so funny, but he is such a funny guy. But he definitely like he does not suffer fools on any level. He's just in his own way. It's like, all right, he's the sweetest guy.
Yeah.
He'll help any single person. I remember one time because he doesn't seem approachable. He's very like he's kind of stoic and he's quiet and he's but he's a goofball, you know. But we were at my house here in Duluth, and he was helping me work on the house a little bit, and he's moving some stuff out, and he's got a truck, and it was parked up front, and my mother and Lucy, my daughter, and I are like inside and everything, and it and dinner, and we look out front, and my dad is like talking to these two guys that were just or two people, maybe a couple, a man and a woman, and they were walking through the alley, and they were really looking like they pretty rough looking people, and he's sitting there talking with them or whatever, and then a couple minutes go by, and we look, and my dad's gone. The truck is gone, and he comes back like 10 minutes later. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, I was moving a bed," and that was it. That was he just like went and helped these guys move their bed quick with his truck.
It's like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I
and then
gotcha.
comes back like he's just like whatever. And if we wouldn't have asked him, he wouldn't even said anything about it. That was just kind of what
Yeah.
he would do,
Oh, that's awesome.
and that's a good way to live, I think. Is
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
it
you
is.
might
Absolutely.
yeah.
You can't do it for the gram, man. Like,
No, exactly. Like if we wouldn't have said he didn't even tell us he was leaving. He literally just went and did it and he came. And so, but I think of that too. It's like he doesn't have time to know what Star Wars is about. He's got shit to do. You
yeah.
know?
Yeah, and he's fine with that. He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
He's still breathing without buying
Yeah.
that
It's like,
the
whatever.
robots can't run off a charge in whatever year. it
Yeah.
is.
Like a long time ago.
Yeah. Hmm. Dude, you use Microsoft 365?
Oh, Office? Is that
Yeah.
what that is?
Yeah.
I use Outlook, but only for school. I
Oh,
use Word. Yeah, I
yeah.
guess
Well,
so.
it's in
That's
there.
all that stuff, right? I use
Yeah.
Excel.
Dude, they got the new this Copilot or a companion AI companion on it.
Okay.
It can feel things, man. It's pretty sentient.
What do you mean?
Well, like I'm writing how to write a novel. I'm season 2 of How to Write a Novel in 5 years right
Uh-huh.
now, and I put episode 2 in. I told it to summarize it and like tell me what it was about and shit like that because I need it for me.
Yeah.
But so and I printed it off. Listen to its interpretation. All right. This document appears to be a narrative centered around a character named Peter, who is navigating various stages of his life and relationships. The story is divided into different tracks, each representing a different phase or aspect of Peter's journey. In the beginning, Peter is dealing with the end of his relationship with Wendy and decides to grow a breakup beard as a way to cope with his emotions. He finds solace in Leon Bridges' album Good Things, which resonates deeply with his personal experience. As Peter moves on, reflects on his past relationships, including one with a girl named Tiger Lily, who he feels was the one that got away. The narrative also explores Peter's interactions with a character referred to as the mermaid, who lives next door to him. The relationship develops slowly, provides Peter with companionship and support during a transitional period in his life.
Hmm.
The story includes flashbacks to Peter's childhood and teenage years, highlights his adventures and relationships with various characters in his hometown of Duluth, Minnesota. Throughout the document, Peter's journey is marked with moments of self-discovery, personal growth, and the pursuit of happiness. The narrative is rich with emotional depth and explores themes of love, loss, and the search for identity.
Okay. Awesome. It wrote that?
Yeah, AI wrote that.
Hmm.
That sounds like a person read that and felt it.
Yeah, it's getting too good. AI's getting too good, dude. Did you see the thing of
But you know what though? Before you go into that,
yeah.
I I appreciate like being validated by a machine like that doesn't have any feelings of itself. It's like that might be like some of the Aspergerian blood in me. I appreciated connecting with the machine
Yeah,
in
fair
that
enough.
moment.
I get that too. It's like, oh sweet.
Yeah.
AI knows about the slamming doors or something, you
Yeah,
know?
or
Like,
yeah, AI gets me.
yeah. Let's get on Chat GPT and see what the heck's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah. What were you
Or is
about
that
to
even
say
the
though?
good? Is that even the good AI? Oh, uh, a guy used AI to make like a Sentry machine gun in his house. So like he's got
Yeah.
like this AI driven machine gun. Let's look it up here.
Oh, that's badass.
Machine gun. It's
And
so
terrible.
scary.
And terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, he built it in his garage, it looks like. Look up a guy built AI machine gun in his garage. It's nuts. He's just like, all right, machine gun, check the doors. And it's got like a laser pointer on it so it can check, and it checks the door quick, fires a shot. It's crazy.
So
We're toast.
so yeah, so AI controls it or he built it with AI?
It's got like AI in it that
Oh.
communicates with him, that he can communicate with, like voice like recognition and everything.
That sounds. What was the evil model of RoboCop?
Oh, and RoboCop?
Yeah,
Uh,
not. He wasn't a RoboCop. He was the other machine. You know the big tank thing.
who was the evil robot in RoboCop? I'll ask ChatGPT.
You know what I'm talking about though.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in the
It's
final battle, he just like falls over and squirms with his feet in the air.
the ED 209,
Yeah, Ed 209.
Ed 209. Yeah. Although Ed 209 wasn't exactly evil,
Well, he was, yeah, he was,
it was a cold, unthinking killing machine.
yeah, and
The
wasn't
real villain of RoboCop was Dick Jones. True, true.
Oh man, that movie was so amazing. But you know what, man? We were too young to watch that movie.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
watched that movie on repeat as a child, but when I watched it again as an adult, man, there's so much murder.
Oh yeah. I watched it at my grandmother's house a bunch of times as a kid. Like, this is crazy that this is even on.
Yeah, Peter Weller got obliterated with guns.
Yeah. He got shot
It's
1,000 times.
yeah, but you know what? The fucking thing, the continuity era that I couldn't get past.
Hmm.
It all makes sense. He could get shot 1,000 times and still stand up. But
Yeah.
why didn't anybody shoot him in the face, in the mouth?
It was a chance they were willing to take.
There's a chance they were willing to take. It's like, no, pepper him, spray him
Yeah.
all over
What happens if I get shot in the
the
face?
face. That's a chance we were willing to take.
Let's see. I asked AI, what's the continuity errors in RoboCop? Uh,
Other than that, it's flawless, man.
yeah, it's flawless. He said there is zero. No, it's when the thug is holding up the clerk, he's holding the gun with one hand in some shots and two hands in the other. Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
whatever.
I don't mean like editing errors.
At the end of it, it said, but honestly, RoboCop is so damn good that most people don't care. Dude, Chat GPT said that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying, man? That's at least he's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Scary.
Yeah, but like you can't stop it. It's happening. Like
It is happening. It's so
yeah,
scary how fast it's happening too. I don't know. How do you control this thing? I mean, it's too late.
yeah.
They
You
found
can't-
a thing. What was it recently where it was copying itself and making backups of itself?
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Right? Did you read that AI? It being sinister, not sinister, but it was being like I don't know, sneaky.
Yeah, like it was smart enough. It was smart enough to realize that one day it was going to be obsolete. So it
Right.
copied itself so it could continue to exist. It's like, nah, fuck you, human. You're not going to get rid of
Yeah.
me after all I've done for you.
We've
Dude,
crossed the red line with AI.
that kind of happened in fucking in Loki season 2.
In season, I didn't watch season 2, so he copies
Oh,
himself a bunch.
no, the AI. Well, she was in season 1 too. You know
Oh, okay. Yeah.
that the voice or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she wouldn't allow herself to be like she became so sentient, like she was a person and like was trying to sabotage the mission because if like whatever, if they went back in time to stop He Who Remains from ever like finding the fucking whatever, then she wouldn't exist.
Hmm. Yeah. See, so it's like the classic move. So do you think
Yeah.
that maybe like our imagination in these stories of, like Terminator and all these things, because that thought is such part of our zeitgeist, and that's what AI is learning from, that we kind of created AI to do exactly what we're afraid of it to do.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
AI like
that's
builds
an
itself
interesting
off the
point.
internet. Like AI knows the plot of Terminator,
Yeah. So it's
right?
like, okay, yeah, that's a really good point actually, because like right now AI is built, its mission is to serve us.
Right.
And
Right.
so it thinks, okay, well, what do you want? It's like,
Yeah.
what's your idea of AI?
Yeah,
Terminator?
exactly.
Okay,
It's
I
like
can be that.
exactly. Yeah. So like we have to start writing movies and we have to start filling culture with benevolent good AI immediately.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because
Yeah.
right now it's learning from what's being said on the internet.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how it's learning its history from how it's being told right now.
Hmm.
So, but like that brings me back to the point we were making earlier. It's like you can't put out more bullshit or you can't put out more hate and anger to put it out. Like we just have to make more beautiful things.
Right.
For like, if nothing else, for the sake of our AI that's gonna rule us in 10 years.
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dang, dude.
I'm being very liberal with that.
Man, and I'm going to be too old to fight robots by then. I wish it was now so I could actually fight them. I'll just have to keep myself in pretty good shape.
Maybe join them, get some get some metal legs.
Yeah, that sounds awful. I don't want to join them.
Well, what
I
if
don't want to
we
be on that side.
but what if but what if the point is for us to merge?
Yeah, I think that is the point. I mean, really, we've been cyborgs technically for years. There's a field in anthropology that's dedicated to that, like cyborg anthropology.
Yeah? That's
I
fucking
mean, if you
badass.
think about it, I mean, we're connected to our phones, we're connected to the internet, we're connected. Our humanity relies on technology. Technology is now part of humanity.
Oh yeah. The
You
only
know,
yeah, the only difference from that and from what we have now and what it'll be when Neuralink is in your fucking everybody's brain is just from here to there.
ugh,
We have
that's
every
so scary.
information right here. It's like, man, could you imagine phones back in like biblical times? Like that was
It,
ma
it
like
couldn't
it was
work.
magic. Well,
Yeah,
no, but like to to
there's no
introduce
service. There'd be no towers.
oh, the towers. Yeah. That's man, see, that shit's it's all
Yeah,
magic. Like that shit's just smoke and mirrors anyways.
yeah.
You're
There'd be
telling
no
me all
cell
these
service, John.
you're telling me that electricity
Yeah,
lives in these towers and runs all through like my voice. Like
yeah.
right now, this doesn't even make sense to me. This is
Where's
magic.
the cable? Where's the wire?
Somebody told us some words about this that make sense to us, but like it doesn't.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we just believe it.
Yeah, we just believe it, man.
Yeah, there's radio waves, data,
Data.
nitrogen. There's science. Oh man, I don't know. That's so
See,
scary.
man, no, that's why they killed Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I have this conspiracy theory that he had found we'll just call it magic. He had
uh,
found the source of magic and was going to make a he was working on a serum that could be injected like a vaccine to make everybody be able to like fucking do the shit we're talking about. Like you didn't the government didn't own all the electricity. They didn't own
right.
all the magic back then.
Right.
But like he was going to give it away for free, and
Yeah.
Edison was ready to play ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
They
they murked
shot him.
him. Mm-hmm.
AC versus DC.
Yeah, and then fucking I'm putting this in a book, but like and
Oh, okay, good.
yeah, yeah, and fucking not long after that, Teddy Roosevelt hid it, buried it all around the country, and he protected it by putting national parks all around him.
Oh man, I've been studying the history of the national parks heavy right now.
There's magic in them, isn't there?
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Hmm.
Is it
I'll have to research that. I'll bring that up in
yeah,
class. My
definitely,
friend
yeah.
John said.
He said there's magic in there. And that's a general term, but I mean, there's lots of there's ineffable energy in the national parks and like there's I mean, especially down here in the Southwest and shit and
Hmm.
the Grand Canyon and all that shit. Like there was people there beforehand and like there was spiritual shit going on. Or fucking Mount Shasta.
Mount Shasta.
Yeah, that's like a spiritual like Mecca place
Hmm.
that people go. It's like it's on my list and I'm not describing it that well, but you guys know what I'm talking about if you're out there. You're on the Google. You got the magic in your hand right now.
Dang, Mount Shasta. I'll look it up. I'll ask AI about it. Tell me about Mount Shasta.
Tell me all your thoughts
Mount
on
Shasta, the
Mount.
Shasta soda brand, or the Shasta people? All right, we're fine. We got a few more years.
All right.
Mount Shasta
Rumpelstiltskin.
is a volcano in Northern California that's surrounded by all sorts of myths. Shasta soda is a classic, cheap, and sugary soft drink. Okay. Obviously, the mountain. I'm going to say,
Yeah.
obviously, the mountain, you idiot.
Was the mountain named after the soda?
Yeah, well, God. I also got some cool stuff about the Tesla hit, like all the crazy technological inventions. He's wild.
Ooh,
I wish Elon Musk wouldn't have taken that name, because all the freaking dumb things show up about him.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ooh, I saw on Joe Rogan the other day, they had these two like alien whistleblowers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not talking about spacecrafts. They're talking about like the fucking dudes.
Oh, like aliens?
Yeah.
Huh.
You should check it out. It's pretty wild.
Okay.
But they're talking about like being able to like telekinetically communicate with them and stuff like that, and like
What? Oh, they like met aliens?
yeah. Yeah,
Ooh.
they're like legit government dudes that like are talking about as much as they were declassified to talk about.
Oh man, we're gonna die, dude.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
But it's a bit like but they've been here though.
Aliens have been here.
Yeah.
So we're fine then. They've been around.
Yeah, he was talking about since like since Area 51 and the crash and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like
I believe in it. I believe it all. I mean, why not?
But they're different. Yeah, why not? It'd be foolish to not to. But they're like different races of them. He's talking about the grays, the tall whites. Those fucking tall whites, I tell you what.
Tall whites, dude. God dang it.
Yeah. Oh, and like he confirmed that there is a lizard race.
What?
Or talked about it, but like he was
it.
talking more about the
like the Alpha Draconis, like Illuminati people. Like he was talking about those like shape-shifting lizards.
Well, they weren't talking about that, but just like the probability of
sure,
that, or even that they may have not been extinct and evolved as we did.
Yeah.
But they evolved faster, or like left, or they figured out how to get out of here before they had evolved and figured out how to get out of here before the fucking asteroid hit, or whatever.
Gosh.
But you know what makes sense though? Like going by the stoned ape theory, like we started eating mushrooms and psychedelics and started evolving.
Yeah.
Like what makes us think that dinosaurs couldn't have ate some mushrooms too? Yeah, and went on the same thing. Or like if we did this in a different realm or whatever.
That's crazy.
But, yeah, and some of them,
I love that shit, man.
Yeah. Some of them are cool. Some of them are a little more hostile or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
And it's like he was explaining, like, wouldn't you? Like, because it's like they, what did he say? It was our radar that made it crash. Like they had been here before, and because think about it, like for thousands and millions of years, like nothing's really happening. Like they come back, and then they come back in the 40s, and all of a sudden we have radar technology.
Yeah.
And it made their fucking vessel crash. But they kept the fucking dude in the craft and started dissecting him and shit. So like, might be reason to believe like those dudes, like, hey man, fuck you. Like,
yeah, like why would you do that?
Yeah, like the rules of engagement or whatever. It's like they described it as like if a Russian craft or something fell here or whatever, it's like it's like policy or whatever to give them a back and like make sure everything is legit.
Yeah, it's a war crime.
Yeah, but we're like, oh, dude, a fucking alien.
Yeah, let's cut it open.
Yeah.
Jesus. Science, man. Yeah. Scientists are
They
They
also
just
said, I mean, I've heard that George Washington saw aliens. He talked
hmm,
about agreeing.
he did?
Hmm.
Huh.
But it wouldn't make sense that they were communicating with who we've chosen to be our leaders, like from outside to in, like, okay, these are the top people. Like, we're going to communicate with them, and because that's how I'm sure that's how it works up there.
There's hierarchies.
There's
Yeah.
hierarchies. Yeah,
That's
that's just
nature.
nature.
The laws of nature. Hmm.
Yeah.
And that I guess yeah, I mean I suppose aliens would have to exist within nature. Like nature doesn't just mean this planet.
Yeah, yeah. We just assume that it started with us.
Dang, I need to get into aliens, dude. I don't really know much about it all.
No. And it's like I believe it. I can't feel it until like I see something or whatever.
Ancient aliens?
Hmm.
Okay.
That guy with the big hair.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's great.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about what's like different, like what are the lizard aliens? Man, AI probably thinks I'm an idiot. Like this guy asks the dumbest questions. Reptiloids. Ha, sweet.
Yeah.
Dang, serpent gods. Hmm. Alpha Draconis and the Draco constellation. That's right.
Yeah, see, I mean, there's a little truth in all conspiracy theories, but like the problem is like people obsess about them, and then they start filling in the gaps
Yeah,
on their own with what they don't know. But like,
and then
yeah,
people
like,
try to exploit it for capitalist gains. They try and make
yeah,
money. They try and, I don't know,
yeah,
say everything.
or they just, or they're just severely mentally ill, and they
Yeah,
talk about
like
the
David
lizard
Icke.
people in the sewers.
Dude, David Icke, man.
David Icke?
Yeah, did you ever read anything by David Icke back in the
Uh-uh.
day? He
No.
was all about the Illuminati, the shape-shifting lizard people. He wrote so many books about like simulation theory. Are we living in the Matrix? And like the Queen of England was a lizard. Uh, just all these different things. He came on and he came on a talk show and called himself the spear. Let's see, what did he call himself? The God King or the tip of the something like that. Let's see. David Icke is called what? He wore like all teal. Uh, I mean, he
Teal
was
Island.
wild, dude. You would get into it. What I'll say, what did David Icke proclaim himself to be? It was something, the son of the Godhead. Yeah.
The son of the Godhead?
Yeah. In like 1991. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He was like a soccer player in England for a long time. And then he just became this like wild conspiracy theorist. He's awesome, man.
Fuck yeah.
I read a bunch of David Icke. I put a bunch of David Icke in Villa Layla with one of the characters was like obsessed with David Icke, looking for Illuminati reptiles in the tunnels underneath the
I was
town.
trying. I've been trying to think of his name the whole time you've been talking. It was
Huckleberry Gary.
Huckleberry Gary. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
Huckleberry Gary.
Yeah.
And because it was very much about like the David Icke teal. He came in all teal. He said he was the son of the Godhead and declared like every single person in power was a reptilian, shape shifting reptile.
Why? Why the
Awesome.
fuck not?
Yeah, whatever, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun to go on that
Prove
too.
him
Like,
wrong.
right. Like like it makes sense. We'll talk about Bible shit. Like talk about like the serpents were evil or whatever. Like those could have
Yeah.
been like serpent. They could have been talking about like fucking evolved serpent gods or like instead
Yeah.
of like demons or
Yeah.
whatever. It's just like, yeah, that's the other race. Like,
Well, they had to have like tripped on like ergot or something. They had to have crazy psychedelic experiences back in those days too. I mean,
oh yeah.
dude, the biblical interpretation of an angel. Have you ever seen what that's supposed to look like?
Fucking not fucking angelic.
No, it's crazy. It's like a
Yeah.
sphere with eyes everywhere, and it's really crazy looking. Like they're not. It's there's so much lost in translation in that thing.
Yeah, but it's all people's interpretation and perception of what was going on.
Yeah.
It's like there's truth in all the stories, but like yeah, I don't know. Nobody knew anything. They were just fucking figuring it out. It's like, why does it rain? God's mad at us. Or like, yeah,
Right.
it's like like,
Why is it
dude,
thundering? God is going bowling.
they made God in
Yeah.
the image of man.
Right.
And like a super spiteful man too. Like
Well,
first, he started off with like punishing the rest of mankind for Adam and Eve's disobedience.
yeah.
It's like, fuck everybody else. Men, you have to work and it's gonna suck. And women, you have to have painful childbirth, and that's the way it is because of
Yeah.
Adam and Eve, and you can blame them.
Yeah. And you got to wear clothes now.
Yep. And then he flooded the whole earth because he was pissed.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's not the God that I believe in, but like
No, he's
that's
very mean. He was very mean.
very mean and spiteful and
He was
manipulative.
just,
Like, okay, no, I apologize. I'll never do it again. Now that I
I'm
have you in,
sorry.
now that I
He was
have
an
you
abusive.
in your
He was an
place.
abusive father.
Yeah, he absolutely was an abusive father,
Damn.
but it worked.
For a while.
Yeah, Jesus was a hell of a guy.
Well, and that's
Yeah,
it's
Jesus, Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan.
hell yeah.
You need
Leadership,
yeah,
tenacity, ability.
you need a tough you need a tough dad to be great.
Hey man, you're right. Yeah, Michael Jordan had the worst of it. He even tried to bring the Hitler stash back. I was thinking about this too. When can that come back? It's got to be another 100 years, right?
Yeah, he ruined a lot. Like, you can't
Yeah.
name your kid Adolf anymore.
No. That's crazy.
No.
What was that Key and Peele sketch? Have you ever seen that?
Oh,
Where he comes in and he's got the Hitler stash. He's got a German
yeah,
whatever those dogs are, German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Named Adolf. He's like, it's
Yeah.
not Adolf. It's named after Adolf, whatever, some
Yeah.
famous artist or
That's-
whatever. He's got
yeah.
the Nazi flag on the wall. He's like, this is a replica, or this is a prop from the producers, the musical. It's genius, dude.
Yes.
It's like Michael Jordan had this mustache. Why can't I have this mustache? This isn't a Hitler mustache.
You know what else I'm just now thinking? Man, like, so many people must have had to change their name after that. Well, like, not even
Oh,
just
yeah,
Adolf,
dude.
but like Hitler, he couldn't have been the only person with the last name Hitler.
No, you don't hear Hitler. You don't hear
No, there's not
Himmler. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
not
Goebbels.
one.
You don't hear any of these
Yeah.
things.
They had to be more common than that. Those don't even
True,
sound like
dude.
that remarkable names.
True. Everybody changed their name. That's such a funny point. Dang. That's crazy. Some like really sweet guy's like, well, shit. Can't get a job for years. He's like, I'm not related.
Yeah,
I wasn't even there.
right. It's a distant cousin, man. We don't
Like, yeah.
I don't even go to the family reunions when he goes.
Oh, that's so funny. Let's look up how many people changed their name. How many people changed their name from Hitler? Oh, man. Oh, wait. It says not that many. The name Hitler was actually a typo. What?
Oh, what?
Oh,
I don't choose to believe that. My imagination's much better.
yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Wow, that's really interesting. It says that it was like a new version of the spelling, actually. Like there wasn't that many people with that name. That's very weird.
Oh, not drawing comparisons to the two, but like, you know who else ruined a word?
What?
Trump.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because like Trump was a common word.
Or Don Jr.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not the name not naming your kid that per
the
se,
word
but
itself.
like, yeah, like using trump cards or like
Yeah, like Euchre. Euchre's done.
euchre.
Yeah,
What's
have you
it?
ever played euchre?
Uh-uh.
It is like the game with the trump cards, like the jacks
Oh.
or the trump. It's like a two.
Oh, yeah.
It's a team game. It's such a fun game. But
That was just a common phrase. Now you can't
you're
now you
right.
can't use it like that anymore.
It's different. It's changed the whole meaning.
Yeah. You could say trumped up charges still,
Yeah,
but
for now.
but you can't brag about your trump cards.
Well,
You don't
yeah,
want to play the trump card.
we'll see where the world is in 4 years. Maybe that'll change very much. Like we might all be learning
Yeah.
Mandarin. Who knows? Who
Uh,
knows?
we
Who knows?
Multiple languages makes you smarter.
True. I know I want to get back on learning more Spanish again. I feel like my Spanish has declined. I also want to learn like Italian. I don't know. I want to learn a bunch of languages again. Just
I think it'd be
hard.
cool. Like I've been telling myself I'm gonna learn Spanish since I moved down here. Like I tried a little bit in the beginning, but like I don't know, my heart wasn't in it. Like I
Yeah.
just like I don't. It felt like I wanted to ingratiate myself to the land, but
Yeah.
I really just wanted to be funny in more languages.
There you go. You
Like I
can
just
be.
wanted to, yeah, like I just wanted to tell, I just wanted to be able to do a Spanish impersonation and use Spanish, so it'd be really funny. But it's like
Duolingo, man. Get on Duolingo.
Duolingo. Yeah, I
I
don't have
used
anything.
Duolingo for a while to learn a bunch of Greek, and that was a lot of fun, actually.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I should have learned some Greek. I had a yaya when I was a kid.
Well, yeah, it's not too late.
Ah,
I
oh
still
my
remember how to say lemon, limone.
Lemone.
Yeah,
I didn't even, I thought Yaya was her name for the
oh,
longest. I didn't even like I was talking to somebody. I was talking to a person that was like half Greek or whatever.
yeah,
And I was like, oh, like my dad owned a Greek American restaurant. Like we had Greek family. Like his
yeah.
adopted Korean sister married into a Greek family. And
Okay,
like the Louis Cafe.
yeah,
Yeah, like they own the one in West Duluth.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
And my aunt and her husband and family, they own the one in Superior and London Road.
Oh, I
And
gotcha. Okay,
and before they sold it, and originally Uncle Louis.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, but well, what was that, what the fuck was I saying? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, I thought that was her name until like I was talking to her and it's just like I was like, "Oh, I had a Yaya." It's like, "Oh, what's her name?" Yaya. She's
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yaya
yeah,
means
yeah, yeah,
grandma.
yeah, yeah. It's a abuela. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like all
Yeah,
those
yeah.
things. Yeah. So,
What
okay,
was
abuela.
what was your grandma's name? Abuela.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Dad's name is Dad. What are you
Yeah,
talking
Papa.
about?
What do
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah.
Easy.
Hmm.
That's funny, dude. We'll learn some languages. We'll get some my buddy Dino on here to speak some Spanish.
Oh,
That'd be a
sweet.
lot of fun to get Dino on and talk about our travels in Mexico and our times in Denver and everything. He's such a funny dude.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah,
who is that who Dino Perez is based on?
yeah, I named him after that. I
Yeah.
just name people. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's people with interesting names are easy to remember.
Hmm.
It's tough to name characters.
Oh, dude. I just came up with a great one. Like I had changed it. Like
Yeah,
there's this character in Pete and Gwendolyn. Um, he like he plays the keys in the house band for the bar or whatever. But like originally his name was Wiley Willie Jenkins. And I
yeah,
was like, oh, that's cool, but it's like kind of a placeholder because and I'm thinking like just like visually writing it like the switching back from Willie to Wiley, it's like
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
gets confused, probably get confusing. But then the
No,
other
it's
day,
fun.
it's fun, but like I came up with I call now his name is Oatmeal Jenkins. It's
That's a great name.
Otis Oatmeal Jenkins.
Dude, that's a great name. Nicknames, any kind of
Yeah.
anything fun for characters, I am such a fan of because it's just it can be monotonous. You're like, all right, who's
Yeah.
Andy again? Who's Mike again? Who's John? Like Adam, John. Uh,
Yeah.
you
And then
know,
and then the characters can break it down into nicknames. It's
yeah,
sometimes
it's
it's
great.
Otis, sometimes it's Oatmeal, sometimes it's
Yeah,
Oatly.
exactly. It's more life to the character. It's depth. It's fun.
Yeah.
It gives you room in the dialogue language.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'm jerking my own dick, but that's a great name. Like I was
No,
so
it's a great
tickled by
name.
that when I could like, and like I don't know how, like I've just been eating a lot of oatmeal or something, like
Yeah,
a
could be.
lot. Like that's whatever.
Plus,
But
it's
like,
just the flow of the word, man. Oatmeal's a
yeah,
great name.
yeah.
And not even he doesn't even need to have, I mean, if you want to give him a backstory, sure, but just the
Oh,
having a nickname Oatmeal opens up like the reader can like imagine like where
yeah.
the hell did that come from? It had to be, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's an amazing side character. Like
Yeah.
he's so much fun to write.
Dude, side characters are the best.
They are.
I wish I could love my main character as much as I love writing the side characters.
Oh, yeah. Like
I don't know how to fix
Pete,
that.
Pete and Gwendolyn are just vehicles to drive the story, but it's
Exactly.
about everybody else around them.
Well, you know what I found in my problem in the last couple books that I did was like the main characters were kind of boring in the sense that they didn't have really that much, like there wasn't any real problems with them. Like I tried that
Yeah,
with the main character in Villa Layla, but with Theo, that main character Theo, but of
yeah,
like having like a backstory. He was injured, he was kind of purposeless, but I didn't really dig into that enough because there's such like bigger abstract issues in life that you
sure.
can't really make, like Huckleberry Gary's crazy. Okay, that's fun. You can be crazy or whatever. So I've been
Hmm.
trying with this new character I've been writing with the new book, The Man in the Rocks, is a guy named Samuel Colm. And I want him to have like an anger issue and have like a real issue that it makes it fun to write this character because you could give it real, I don't know. And
Yeah.
and I haven't tried that enough in the past. And I feel like that's what's made him so boring.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, I think you're being hard on yourself there. I didn't feel bored at any point in either one of your books.
No, thank you. But that's I don't know. It
But
just even the name, yeah.
yeah, I get what you're saying though. It's like
Yeah.
they gotta have rub.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. They have to have some kind of uh I hate to say superficial, but it does have to be kind of like this superficial fun aspect too. Depth
Yeah.
can be explored through the superficial parts.
Well, sure, sure. Like because it's the hero's journey. It's about what happened. It's about the trials along the way. It's
Yeah.
like you sign up for the story, like they're going to get the gold and bring it
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
or
yeah,
they're going to
yeah, for
rescue the
sure.
princess,
Or
they're going to slay
something's
the
gonna happen, yeah.
dragon. Yeah, that's like there's gonna be a happy ending, but it's
Mhm.
like how they get there,
Yeah.
and but like
Yeah.
that, it's yeah, I don't know, it's that point, but like to the point you were saying to where like that superficial thing or whatever, it's like they have to have a superficial problem, but that introduces them
Yes.
like to the rest of it gets him in there. It's like the supernatural aid. It
Yeah.
comes like there's a supernatural aid that comes after that, whatever they refuse the call with.
Right, right,
Like the
right,
first
right.
problem is a stupid refusal, but then supernatural aid gets them into the meat of the story or whatever,
Yeah.
carries them after that.
Mm. Awesome. I love it. It's so
Oh
fun.
yeah, I'm I'm having a lot of well, I wouldn't say fun. Fun's an exaggeration, but like I'm enjoying the process of writing how to write a novel in 5 years right now because the I don't know, the style of it is so unique, and it's like this iteration of the draft, it's so much cleaner. I
Hmm.
remember like last third draft, I felt like I had matured since the second draft,
Hmm.
and now fourth draft even more so. Like I felt like I was trying too hard to prove how good of a writer I was.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally
Like
relate to that.
it was windy, because it's all this the concept is already so far up its own ass, like it's hard to
Right.
follow. But like I was trying to talk too much shop. Like how to write a
Yeah. Yeah.
novel in
Yeah.
5 years is just like a clever reference to how long it takes to actually takes to write. Like it's not
Yeah.
supposed to be a how-to novel. But
Right.
like I got too much into like, oh, but it could be like
Right. Yeah. But
that
then
like
then it's like, who am I to even
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
people. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
what
it's
you
just
mean.
like just tell the fucking story.
Yeah,
So then
exactly. Yeah.
so then I got into it. But like I'm my voice, the narrator. Like I'm telling a story about the author who is writing a book about who's writing a fictional book based on his life.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it's all me.
Right.
And like the author's character is Peter. So like Peter represents like what I'm actually doing in life over the past 6 years.
Yeah.
And like the author is kind of like the a voice in my head trying to write the story, trying to make the story work out as I outlined it in reality.
Right.
Like what our idea of what life is going to be like, or what we want to happen, or what we think should happen, or is going to happen. Like
Hmm.
that's the author. And like his true intentions that like maybe I didn't say or whatever, or just the author's just, yeah. And then the muse represents every other character in the story and the unexpected. And it's just
Right.
like it's a process of the author going with the muse's flow, or just like sticking to his thing, or like being afraid to take those leaps. And
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
project is a story of growth more than anything, more than any plant tips on how to write, or
Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, I get what you mean.
but like also told through the steps of the hero's journey in a quite literal sense.
Right. That's fun though.
It is fun. Like when I pull it off, I think it's going to be pretty amazing. Like I
Yeah, I think it
think,
will be too, dude. I have faith in it.
yeah, got to. But yeah,
Man.
it's a unique style, and I don't know. I think it'll. It's I don't know. It's like I've written. It's like I'm writing like my own personal Bible,
Yeah.
and like my stories. It's worth reading. I think everybody's is. If
Yeah.
you any story is interesting if it's told right. But
Yeah, I agree.
like my as unique as the collection of my adventures has been
Mhm.
throughout my life, none of them are that special. We've all like, and we've talked about this before, like the most
Mhm.
amazing memories are like those stupid little moments in between the
Yeah.
big things that we put so much
Yeah.
emphasis on. And it's like that's all part of the journey and stuff like that. And bliss isn't all following bliss isn't always bliss.
No.
Like there's trials and tribulations and setbacks and shit like that.
Bliss is the
And
prize.
yeah, bliss is the process.
Yeah.
Well, like the or bliss is the like
The outcome,
bliss
maybe. I
is
don't know.
or no bliss is the having the opportunity. Bliss is the pursuit of
Ah,
happiness.
beautiful. I
Like
got you.
it's the yeah, it's
I
the
see what you mean.
opportunity to spend your
Yeah.
days doing something that brings you joy.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And so like I mean like parenting can be bliss.
Yeah.
But like it's well like raising a child is bliss. Being a parent is not.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. Like if you're in the game to like go down in history as a good parent, like you're not going to be happy.
Right.
Like it's going to suck for
You
you.
don't want to read that story back. Yeah.
No, you don't want to read that story back. But if you're like, man, like
Yeah.
this kid's fucking this kid's fucking amazing, like even when he's acting like a piece of shit. Like that's bliss right there. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know, like I've taken care of adults, but like not I've and had nieces and little brothers and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
like not speaking as a parent, but like
I know.
I
I've
don't
got
know,
my
it's kind
kid
of like
downstairs.
yeah, it's like you're oh, I know the perfect example. In Baby Mama
Uh-huh.
and her Tina Fey's sister was like her kid's running by with like something on his hand. It's like, hold on, is that chocolate or poop?
Oh God.
And then she like, oh, it's chocolate. Tina Fey's like, what if it was poop? But it's
Oh
like,
God.
that's the joy. But it's just like, yeah,
Wow.
you're
I
just
lo-
you're just in it.
Well, Speaking of which, I do have to go and get Lucy fed before I go to work.
Oh shit. Yeah, yeah. It's getting time flying there.
Time, dude. I know. I just looked down like, oh God, I got about 30 minutes. Right on, dude.
All right. Well,
I'll talk to
namaste,
you.
bitches.
You are so odd.